because the zombies, they're freaking running. They're fast. I mean, and it's scary. The scene is intense.
Yes, I just opened a can of beer. I'm sorry.
Anyways, and
I needed it after tonight.
Anyways, as she's going away, she slows down because there's a bus in front of her, and in that bus there's zombies and there's humans being eaten alive. So she slows down and she thinks like, okay, what do I do next? Then all of a sudden the bus driver comes running, opens up her car door, tries to take her car, and then she ends up crashing and wakes up, I think, a few hours later or the next day, wondering what happened.
Well, can you imagine? Okay, just think about this plot, right? You're in a super mall, right? And there's hundreds of people walking around buying stuff, right? You decide you have to go in the men's room for like 20 minutes, right? Now you're in the men's room, right? And you're sitting there reading your magazine. And when you come out of that bathroom, you don't see any people.
Are you talking about?
No, I'm not. I'm just saying. What would
talking
you
about? Dust to Dawn?
No, I'm saying.
Remember that movie?
No, I'm saying. Right? Okay, you're in a mall. You go take a shit in the bathroom, right? Now, right? You're in there for about 20 minutes. You're reading a magazine, right? So now you come out. And you see shopping bags all over the floor. You see blood everywhere, right? But you don't see any people. So you start wondering, what happened? There was hundreds of people walking in this mall. It was jam-packed when I went into the bathroom to
take a shit.
Yeah, whatever, okay? So now you're walking, right? And you figured, well, gee, I'm going to get out of here. And all of a sudden, you have a group of 30 or 40 or 50 zombies, coming at you. And he figured, oh my God!
It's one of those flash parades or flash what you call it.
But
that's what's on your mind. It's one of those flash.
Yeah, but you're now panicking, Kevin.
Dance or
you're
whatever.
panicking. You figured, oh my God, what are these creatures? They got blood all over them, and they're walking funny and they're not talking and they're kind of walking like somebody kicked them in the balls. So now you sit there and figure, okay, I'm going to turn around and take off and run the other way. Well, as you turn around, you realize they're coming from you from that side. They're coming from the back side. Now, what do? Do you run to the customer service counter?
Yeah, they can help you.
I mean, you're not going to get any help there.
Why not? Customer service.
So
where you go.
No. So the next thing you do is,
You have a customer
you
problem.
realize that they have a security department in this mall on the second floor. So you quickly run up the staircase and try to barricade the doors, and you run up to the security department, and you realize there's a couple of security. Porn. There's some security cops, right, watching on and eating popcorn and drinking Pepsi and Coke, right, watching what's going on inside the mall and eating popcorn and going, oh wow, this is better than any movie I've ever seen. Meanwhile, you're panicking, right? You're trying to figure out, how am I going to get out of here, right? Then you meet a cool chick, right? And you get together with her, and then some old people come in, and the next cop comes in, right? And you figured, okay, we're going to barricade the doors, kill off all the zombies that's in here, right? And then you tried living in the mall for a while, but then the mall attracts all the zombies because that's the only thing in their mind they remember. They bought something at JCPenney's.
Dawn of the Dead.
So is that what it is? I was making this up. So, all of a sudden, every day you got more and more zombies coming to the mall, right? Banging on the doors, and you're getting, let me in, fresh brains.
I need to shop.
In your case, fresh balls. So you're sitting here, right? Now you're really panicking, right? Because, you realize they're going to eventually get in. And then you run upstairs and, you got a couple guns, but not much.
Lawnmowers, too. I bet there's one of those country shops So you can get on one of those riding lawnmowers, tune it up a little bit, make that thing go hella fast, and just, ride all over them.
And then you find
John
out,
Deere style.
Then you find out the 2 security guards that were working there, why they're only security guards. They're not worth crap, all they want to do is, figure out how much money they can make out of this thing. And they, either you do it their way or you're dead. So you figured, hey, I'll go upstairs, and really look and see how many zombies there are. So you get on the roof of the mall, right? And you're looking, and there's thousands of zombies all around the whole mall. Okay? But then you look down there, and Kevin, there's a gun shop across the street. And you happen to notice a guy on his roof. And he's sitting in a lounge chair, right? Drinking a martini and picking off these walkers as walking around. I mean, what would you do in a situation like that? I'd be so scared.
I know what I'd do. I'd take my Harley Davidson and just ride on out, because I'd be like, peace. I'd be like, hey, later, mall shoppers. And
but
I only got one seat back here, so
okay.
Yeah,
and now another thing. Okay, how many years has The Walking Dead been on? Do you realize gas goes stale? So
you gotta stock up on gas and then maintain it. You gotta maintain it.
Well, no, you can only maintain it.
Or you just go live by a oil refinery and then learn how to refine your own oil.
Yeah, are you gonna? I wouldn't have the slightest idea. I'd blow it up.
This?
That would be the fastest blow job in the world. But, I would say, boom. Bang too. So now. You just kind of wonder, like on these zombie movies, right? It's lasted
women
all
wouldn't
these years.
Complain. It'd be like a 1-second wonder.
Yeah, in your case, not even that. But you're sitting there, right? How are they able to
Wonder Bread?
Yeah. Well, how can they drive these cars? I mean, seriously, the gas would be so stale, the cars wouldn't even run. So that makes you wonder, like, okay, hey guys, is writing these movies and these TV shows, get with it. Gas is going to be stale. Okay, so I mean, what are you toking up on over there?
I was just taking a hit.
Yeah,
off the J.
No, yeah, sure. I wish those fake cigarette things you
what, the vape?
Yeah, that's bad for your lungs.
I can start smoking cigarettes again.
Not in my studio.
But I'd prefer not to start smoking cigarettes.
Yeah,
that'd be bad.
So even if you lived out in the country, you realize zombies would be kind of like your neighbors, and you wouldn't even be safe there. I'm trying to figure out where. Maybe you couldn't even go to the mountains, because I'm sure there's people who went skiing up there that turned into zombies, so they're walking around. Go
to Alaska.
Hey, anybody that has an underground missile silo I can, buy?
Those doomsday
I could
preppers.
actually, I could rent it. I mean, you're not going to be around to collect the money, so, I mean, as long as I give you the first month's rent, I could go in there and stock up for a couple years' worth of food, and by then, unless it's one of these TV shows where the zombies don't die from never eating, I mean, you'd think I could go in that missile silo, with me and my wife and whoever, and we could just live there for a couple of years, watching, I Love Lucy and all that stuff, reruns from the 50s, and and stuff like Jackie Gleason's show. I'd be happy.
I'd probably the person in this age, if they didn't have no entertainment in one of those nuclear silos, and if they're living down there, I think they would go insane. I do believe that there was one nuclear silo that that the American government sold, and then one billionaire turned around, made a swimming pool. There was like 20 levels. There was a swimming pool, there was entertainment room, there was gym, there was a theater, there was a gaming room, there was like 5 bedrooms, and this doomsday prepper spent millions prepping for the whole 2012 Mayan calendar thing, and then all of a sudden, oh no, sorry, we're still here. So I feel bad for those people that did.
Well, you know what?
Spend all that money.
That's why I was saying earlier. I was reading a report from the scientists and he is a real scientist, it said that actually a flu or some type of virus could come.
Well, if they did, those doomsday preppers that have those nuclear silos, they have built-in like water filtration devices and air filtration devices.
You're forgetting one thing, Kevin. Okay, those generators take diesel. You only gonna have so much fuel, and when it runs out, guess what? You're screwed.
Not if you build your own like electricity. Have like a little bicycle, hook it up to an alternator, and just
get your wife.
You want to lose some weight? There you go.
Have your wife pedal it. But
that's the one way you can build electricity is having like a little bicycle attach it to an alternator.
Well, I like it.
Off the grid shit. Right
I wouldn't mind being a silo that actually had a missile in it, because if everybody's walking around and there's zombies, you know what I could do? If I could sit there, and figure out how to fire that, I'd love to fire one somewhere. I just would put the button. What matter? I mean, if the whole world is full of zombies, if you nuked like New York, would it really matter? You'd probably be doing good if you nuked it.
I've read a little thing on the internet saying that North Korea does not actually have nukes. That's what I've read. They actually have no nukes whatsoever.
No, they got zombies walking around.
They just got zombies.
You just mentioned that again, and now I'm gonna go on tomorrow. Thank you, Kevin.
Oh, you're welcome.
And I'm gonna see a report that we were listened to by North Korea. There are certain words you cannot say on your phone or type on the internet or say on the radio.
Unless you want it seen by the government.
No, which government? Yeah, which government are we talking about?
Well, it just depends. Like, certain governments can hack. Into the security systems of the U.S. government. Like North Korea hacked in.
You did it again.
I did. Hacked into the U.S. not too long ago, stating that there was a nuke coming towards us, and there wasn't actually a nuke. It was just our faulty system.
Well,
then again, people are conspiracying, saying that North Korea hackers hacked that system and made it so where it would do that. That way the Americans would freak out.
Well, don't forget, they got a lot of people just going in and trying to sabotage like our power grid system and stuff. Like, that's everything. Kevin, you're getting off the subject. We're talking about zombies, okay?
I understand
I don't want to talk about North Korea. I don't want to talk about preppers and stuff like that. I'm talking zombie talk. Now, okay, could you imagine you're out on a ship and everybody on the ship is turned into a zombie, and you're locked into your cabin and you can't get out, and all you have is a Hostess Twinkie there?
If you like those type of zombie movies, I kid you not, there is a great series called REC. It's REC. I think there's 5 movies. If anybody out there has seen Quarantine, well, the movie REC came out first, and Quarantine is just what do you call those? It's a second version, pretty much, for Americans. Anyways, Rec 4 Genesis, or Rec 5, one of those two, is based on zombies on a ship. And so these people are trying to figure out, why is there a ship over there? So they board the ship, and they find out there's zombies on it. And now they're trying to escape. They can't escape, and it's just crazy. If anybody likes zombie movies, check out the REC movies. They're intense and scary. They may not be in English, but totally worth watching. So
yeah. So anyway, guys, if we were invaded on our streets by zombies, I mean, boy, what type of tools and weapons would you need, and what type of stuff would you carry in your backpack? I mean, myself, I would get like an M16 or some type of weapon.
I tell you, there's this zombie movie that just came out, and I think it was 2016. It's called Train to Busan, and it's not an American movie. It's not in English, but it's totally worth watching. I think it's a Korean movie. It's totally worth watching. Anyways, so these people are on a train. They're going through wherever they need to go to. All of a sudden, their train becomes infected, and their destination that they're going to is just infected, full of zombies, and they don't even know. So they get off their train, they start walking to buildings, and all of a sudden you see one person just walking, and then all of a sudden you see a horde of zombies just coming, running at them, and they run off to the train. They try to get back to the train, and